I'm Alexandra Harbushka, founder of Life With Herpes. Today we're going to talk about if you should even tell your past partners you have herpes. So let's go back to when you're first diagnosed, right? It seems like, well, it's an awful day, but there's all these things that go through your mind. There's, will I get over this? Is this really herpes? How do I get rid of this outbreak? All these things. And then one of the things that goes to your mind is, where did this come from? So in some situations, you may know exactly where it came from. And in other situations, you may not know. Now, the virus itself is really hard to detect, so a lot of times you may not know where this came from. You could have been infected months, weeks, years in advance, and all of a sudden it's just popping up. So here comes the decision on if and when should you reach out to past partners to tell them if you have herpes. And I know what you're thinking, like, whoa, I may not even want to go back to that one. Like, whoa, they are out of my life for a reason. Or you might be going like, well, yeah, we still have a pretty good relationship. Maybe I should reach out. So there's a lot of reasons why you would potentially want to reach out to your partner. It could be like, well, I want to know if this is the person that gave me herpes. It could be because you want to point the finger at them. It could be because you're just so pissed off at them and you're like, I just want to yell and cuss you out or whatever. Let me tell you a little bit about my story. So when I was first diagnosed, I mean, again, we all know it's a horrible day, and however you're told, you get the phone call, your doctor tells you in the office, whatever it is. And I remember I called my best friend from college and she said, Alexandra, right now, the best thing you can do is you can go call or see, or however you want to do it, go tell your past partners. And the sooner you do it, the better, because you're in shock and you're digesting this. And for you to go tell them right now, they're gonna see how unsettled you are, and that's gonna be really important for them to see that. I also knew, because I was a Planned Parenthood sex educator, I also knew that herpes, I could have had it for months, years, whatever. Even though I'd been tested consistently and had negative tests, I also knew that, hey, like, there's room for error, right? Like, there's always room for error. So I knew that potentially some of my past partners could have given it to me. So I went pretty far back just because I felt that was important. So here was my thing. I truly, truly believed that if somebody had the courage to make the phone call to my past partner that she had herpes and told him, then I wouldn't have herpes today, right? I truly believe that. I believe that if someone made that phone call, that is a really hard phone call to make, then potentially I wouldn't have it. So what I did is I went back to my past partners and I tried as person as I could, but I also made phone calls like that day. It was like the same day. So that was my personal story. Now, what I want you to do is I really want you to take the time to yourself and think, okay, why am I going back? Is it because you want to point fingers? Is it because maybe this is like an ex that you haven't heard from and like you're hoping that's the one that gave it to you and now you guys can run off like, like Cinderella in the, off in the with sunset and be happily ever after because now you both have herpes. Whatever your reasoning is for you to go back, I want you to understand. Is it just to notify them? Is it to be controlling and be like, I told you to go get tested and da 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 da? Like, why are you actually going back? So get crystal clear on your reasoning, and that's gonna be really important going forward. Then next, I want you to put yourself in their shoes. Is this something you would have wanted to know? Is this like, also how far back are you going? Like, are you going like way back, or is this someone that, was recently in your life? But would you want to know if you were in their shoes? So again, I say that I personally believe that I wouldn't have herpes had somebody else made that call, and that's why I made those calls or in-person visits or whatever you want to call it to my past partners to tell them. My reasoning was, hey, I have this. I don't know if it's from you, but I want you to know so that you can go do whatever you need to do and move forward with your life. So one of the things we like to do, especially as women, if you're a woman watching this, is you like to tell them like, hey, you shouldn't be sleeping with anybody else, or you're exposing like other people, or you're not using a condom, or whatever. Like, that is their life, that is their sex life, and however they want to live it is how they want to live it. Remember, What would you want in your shoes? Personally, personal life, I am huge. Like there's no gray area when it comes to disclosing for a future partner. Absolutely, there's no gray area. If you are gonna have sex with a future partner and you're gonna expose your future partner to herpes, then you need to tell them. I have zero, like, that's my line is drawn on that one. Past partners, I completely can understand your personal story. Like if this is an ex that was like super crazy and scary and you're actually scared of them, like I can totally respect how you wanna live your life and if you feel it's the right thing to go back. So I really wanna invite you to look at a couple things, like I said. Would you wanna know in their shoes? And again, my reasoning was I truly believe that if somebody would have made that call, I wouldn't have it today. So look at it potentially as a paying it forward, as hard as it is to do. All right, so I can't wait to hear how this goes. I really want feedback on it. Again, it's a touchy subject. It's emotional, I get it. I do have information for you on how to tell your partner. So I do have that for you. I do have a toolkit, I have a course. Love for you to check it out. We talk about this, we talk about the good, bad, and the ugly. We talk about why it's important to go back, how to go back, what to say, all that fun stuff. So I'd love for you to check it out. Go to lifewithherpes.com. Also, if you're not a member of our community, come say hi. We're really fun. We all have herpes, so we don't bite. Just kidding. I don't know why I'm laughing at that. But anyways, come say hi. And there's hundreds, thousands of people from all over the world, and we're all here to support one another. All right, I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.